It's the Doug Gottlieb Show here on Fox Sports Radio. I heard this. So Caleb Williams, of course, there was a couple days ago we were at Bears camp, and he told reporters that he had told vets to clean up after themselves as his only request. Here's Amani Toomer, former New York Giant, said this on FS1 about it.
He's Russell Wilson 2.0.
Uh-oh.
This is not going to go over well.
Uh-oh.
If you came in the locker room, I've been in this locker room for 8 years, like you said. And some rookie's going to come in who hasn't played one snap.
Right.
Talking, we're wearing the fingernail polish. Now he's going to come in here and tell me, who've been here, who've been through the struggle, that I need to clean up? No, how about rookie? How about you clean up after me?
Right.
How about that? Don't give me this crap. I don't like it at all. I feel like rookies should earn their respect.
Sure.
Just because you got drafted number 1 doesn't mean nothing to me because I don't even know if you're good.
Okay, here's LeVar Arrington on Two Pros and a Cup of Joe.
I don't know how it became a story. I would say that becomes an interesting dynamic, a piece of it. Like, I don't want to be embarrassed by it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to become a story like, oh, Caleb Williams told us to clean up after ourselves. But nonetheless, the message is the message. And the clarity of building a standard, if you have a number 1 draft pick that comes in, like, he's supposed to just be submissive and be a subordinate and not be seen or not be heard from or this, that, and the other as the leadership role of quarterback on the team, like, because he's a rookie. Listen, Amani is a very, very bright dude, super dope dude, but I got to say, I fall on the other side of this one. If somebody's coming in and they're setting a tone and they're setting a standard, I mean, if that's Ray Lewis, are you saying the same thing? Because I can guarantee you Ray Lewis came in day 1 and he was the same dude that he was day 1 that he was the day that he left.
I don't know Ray Lewis well enough, but I do know leadership. You can't suddenly become a leader after a couple of years. You got to come in and, there's a fine line to it. There's a way in which you got to sometimes, walk quietly, carry a big stick. But the problem with like locker room etiquette and locker rooms being gross is that stuff just smells, it's so gross. So, when you leave your stuff out, especially after football practice, like, I don't think the fact that it got out is a bigger issue than the fact that he asked for it. Like, you guys asked me to stop coming in barefoot with toe fungus hanging everywhere, and I promptly moved away. That's what I did.
Is that what caused you to move away, Doug?
That's exactly what it was.
Not a great job offer.
No.
Can I say one thing about this?
Yes.
If you're just throwing your trash around, like, no one should expect Caleb Williams to pick up other people's trash. I think it's okay for him to speak up. When I see people like litter out in public, I'm like, you're the laziest person out there. Like, that's just disrespect. It's disrespectful and lazy. But I also kind of see the point of, like, if you are new to the team and you haven't proven anything yet, yes, you're the Heisman Trophy winner, number 1 overall pick. So you come in with some clout, but you should not just show up the first day and just start barking out stuff. It will rub people the wrong way. But I do like the accountability, and I do like that people, when they pay attention to those little details, I think that does speak about your character. About, like, I think Colin was talking about this. You have a messy room, you might have a messy existence on this earth. So I can see Amani Toomer's point, like, don't come in here just because you were the number 1 overall pick and start, bossing people around, or, it's going to rub people the wrong way. Because yes, it's a professional, it's a man's league. You got to come in and prove that you can do it before you start doing that little stuff.
There's a lot of different levels to it.
Absolutely.
Because I don't even think it's just leadership. I just think it's like responsibility and have a place the way it was when you got there. And granted, if the person before left it a mess, maybe that doesn't hold true, but I think that if you're there, you clean up after yourself and you leave it for the next person, or if someone's there to clean it up, try to make it maybe as easy as you possibly can. It's a problem in radio, and we talked about that. We've had an off-air conversation, Doug, that you weren't privy to, of people having a cup of coffee. Just putting it in a trash can with still like part of the coffee in the cup. in a studio, and I'm sure this happens at offices and a lot of different places.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Just how about going down to the kitchen and dumping it out and throwing it, the coffee away there or pouring it out there, so then the person who cleans it up doesn't have to navigate a half-filled cup of coffee spilling all over them as they're taking out the trash.
Or leaking out of the bag when they take it out.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, it's oblivious. It's obliviousness. Like, people are just, they're not even thinking about these little things, and they do matter in life. I think they do.
Yeah, and it's not even about leadership. I just think it's about thinking about other people and cleaning up after yourselves.
Have you guys ever heard the term, it's like a camping term, take only photos, leave only footprints? There's nothing worse than when you go out into like nature, you go to a campsite, and people leave trash around or they leave something behind. They burn their cans in the fireplace, and it's just ruining it for the next person. And you're just being disrespectful to a surrounding, an environment that you say you're enjoying. You're going there to enjoy, but yes, take only photos, leave only footprints. I've always thought that's a great piece of philosophy.
You sounded very wise there.
Very wise.
Didn't he? He almost sounded like sage pieces of wisdom there. You know, you got to say it like with a little more, like crank up the bass in your voice.
How about this?
Take only photos, leave
you were
footprints.
You were referring to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I just wanted to play this earlier.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Why don't you play the one that says that's the name I haven't heard in a long time?
I don't actually have that one. I just do have that one.
These aren't the
Obi-Wan.
droids you're looking for.
Yeah, it's a good one though.
I liked when Family Guy did their own Star Wars. That's my favorite part when they bring up Kenobi and Luke is like, Kenobi? I wonder if she's talking about old Ben Kenobi. And it's like, if you have this Jedi that's trying to hide from the evil empire, all he did was change his first name. Like, you'd think he would change his entire name, but
nope, not so much. Not so much. There's a lot of there's some holes there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you want to pick apart Star Wars, you can feel free to pick it apart. But there's other parts to it. Like if they can never mind. Have you seen Ted? Not the movie Ted, but the show Ted. They have like the series Ted.
No,
it's
good.
Really good. It's excellent. I mean, like, do you like Family Guy? Do you like his humor? Do you like the movie Ted?
Sure. Yeah.
Then you'll like it. It's really good. And I've seen. I told you guys, Deadpool and Wolverine. Excellent. Really good. Again, if you like that sort of movie, right, where they're meta, they make fun of Marvel stuff. It's very crass, but really funny.
Would you
suggest
suggest a precursor? Would you suggest watching the first two to get familiar, or is it kind of a one-off?
Yeah, you do need to watch Deadpool in order to watch, because you have to understand his background. You don't have to, but it definitely helps.
I also heard, and I've not seen any of these movies. I don't really watch any Marvel movies, but I've heard that Wolverine, and I don't want to give any spoilers away, but he kind of had a certain end to his fate in a prior film, and now he's somehow back in this film. But
yeah, it shows you how he's back.
The magic of filmmaking.
No, it's
storytelling.
It's the metaverse. You got to understand the metaverse.
You can manipulate time and space.
Oh, I can't stand metaverse. That's introduced in this. Oh, I hate that stuff.
Is metaverse where you're in like Facebook's little La La Land with an avatar? I thought that's what metaverse was.
Well, have you seen the last Spider-Man into the metaverse?
Yeah, and it's frustrating.
Where there's all those different Spider-Mans from different universes?
Everything's in play because you're from you can. If we're recommending stuff, I was watching something last night that I think Dan Byer will like. Dirty Pop. It's a new documentary on Netflix about the guy that scammed Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Lou Pearlman, yeah.
It's really good.